Well, hey everybody, thank you so much for joining. I am really excited because we are doing another author meet and greet, and today we have my dear friend Constance Roberts here. She is hanging out with us, and we are going to chat all about her book, Sigil in Shadow. So, Connie, how are you?
I'm doing great. I'm fantastic. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. I'm so excited to have you on. You and I get to hang out a lot because we do an awful lot of things together, but this is the first time I've had you on my author platform, so I'm really excited for everybody to get to know you and to get to know your book a little bit. So before we do anything else, tell me a little bit about Sigil in Shadow.
Well, Sigil in Shadow is my newest book, and I'm working on the sequel right now. It's about a girl who she accidentally saves the life of this highborn officer of the king, and he thinks that she can bring people back from the dead. So he goes and tells the king, hey, this girl can bring people back from the dead, when really she can't. And she gets summoned to court and to make this potion that can do this. And she kind of goes along with the lie just so she can save her family. But she really can't. And so, of course, trying to cover up that lie leads her into a lot of trouble. And so actually it's a lot kind of like your book Golden, because, they have to sort of go along with this lie, and, they don't want to hurt the people that they end up, falling in love with or having. And also I feel like Jade and Ellery are kind of similar, simply because they're not perfect, but they get into trouble, but they always kind of come out with their head on their shoulders, And so I feel like if you like Golden, if you're a fan of Golden, which I assume you are because you're watching k.m. Robinson's broadcast, then you'll like Sigil in Shadow, and you can get it on all platforms. It's Sigil in Shadow by Constance Roberts. So.
And speaking of which, I'm really excited because we actually have a sample for you guys to check out Sigil in Shadow. When Connie came on my Young Adult Edition show, she was kind enough to bring a sample chapter for us, and you can get it right now. Here's the deal. We've got some really special things going on this broadcast. So if you are on Facebook right now and you are watching us live, or if you are on Facebook watching our rebroadcast, you can type in the comments, and I want you to type the words SIS Sample, that is for Sigil in Shadow Sample, and I will direct message you the link to download this right now while we are still on air. Now, this does not work if you are watching our rebroadcast on our website or over on our YouTube page, but if you are live on our Facebook page right now, or if you're watching the rebroadcast on the Facebook page right now, you can type that into the comments below, and that's going to pop up in your DMs, and you can download that sample chapter to see if this is for you guys. So go ahead, type that in now, and that'll pop up for you. Now, I see we've got a guest here. Who's hanging out with us?
Actually, my daughter just came in. My bedroom door is a little janky and it doesn't lock. And so she's just coming on in, but she just picked up something that, on my bookshelf she's not usually supposed to touch, and I just let her take it. So she'll be occupied for a little while. Dog, is trying to make a little bit. I'm so sorry.
That is quite all right. We like special guests. No problem. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about you as an author and about your books. I know we talked just a little bit about Sigil in Shadow. Tell me where you came up with this idea and how this kind of came to be.
I get a lot of inspiration just from browsing Pinterest. Really, you don't know how many story ideas and how many secret boards I've made just from browsing Pinterest and seeing a photo and being like, oh, what is the story behind that? And then it just kind of gradually just comes to me and I can't get it out of my head. So a lot of ideas I get are from Pinterest or from books that are like, oh, what a great concept. Why didn't I think of that? And then what could I tweak to make it kind of my own, And the story with Sigil actually was earrings, this really pretty teardrop, misty blue jeweled earrings. And I was like, oh, what is the story behind those? And I just kind of made it up and it wouldn't leave me alone. So it turned into a book.
Kind of amazing. So we've inspired a story from a pair of earrings. So
you can see them kind of on the cover. I don't know if you can see them, but they're on the cover there. Did you ever notice that?
I did, because I photographed this for you, and I knew there were earrings, but I did not connect it, that it was the same thing. Because you and I had just done this before, and I actually knew about the earrings, and it just never clicked that that was a thing. So listen, guys, I cannot guarantee this is going to work very well, but I'm going to hold this up to my camera, and we're going to see if you can see it. So here's hoping it doesn't glare too much.
Yeah, they're really subtle. But
there you go. Those are the earrings. Fantastic. I love that you have those on the cover, too. I feel like that's really cool.
Yeah, I really wanted to like make them more pronounced, but my cover team was like, no, it should be more hidden, so it's kind of a secret thing, you know, and so yeah.
Well, that's okay. Everybody's got their own kind of vision when it comes to creating these covers, right? You know that when I know that, because we've actually done some really cool cover things together during my live broadcasts as I am creating these live covers, and Connie has been instrumental in naming some of these covers. Because I'm terrible with titles and taglines and things like that. So Connie is my go-to girl when I'm doing these live broadcasts. She just comes up with all of this stuff, and she helps make decisions. We've actually created a sea siren cover together with Connie's input. We've done a fairy, and we've done something super top secret that I can't talk about yet. Hey, we see that people are joining us live. We are hanging out with author Constance Roberts, and if you have questions for her, hit up those comments. Let me know what you want to know. We're talking about her book, Sigil In Shadow. And if you love Golden, if you are a fan of mine, if you love Jaded, you are definitely going to love Sigil In Shadow. So go ahead, ask your questions, and let us know what you want to know all about Constance Roberts and her books. She's super excited to answer your questions, so hit us up, and you may even see your questions on screen. So we are hanging out today. We're talking all about Sigil In Shadow. Connie, do you have a specific type of book you'd love to read, or are you kind of all over the map with the things that you're reading?
Yes, I love fantasy, particularly, for some reason, young adult fantasy. I love swords and magic and courts and queens and princesses and evil princes that turn out to not be so evil. I really do try to branch out, though. Because, you know, as a writer, I want to draw influence and inspiration from other things that my readers are reading. So I read a lot of historical fiction. My third grade teacher really got me into the American Girl series. I know, right? Yes.
I love
it. I've grown up actually really liking historical fiction, and so I read a lot of that. And then once in a while, I try to read a contemporary, especially young adult contemporary. I just read everything, and I loved it. But I usually don't get into contemporary because it's boring, because it doesn't have magic and spells and prophecies and things like that in it. So it's I love the faraway worlds, and I just want to get wrapped up in the world building. And so I usually read young adult fantasy. Hi, Alyssa.
Hey, girl. Thanks for joining. So let's talk about some of these books that you like reading. First off, I'm very similar to you in the world of contemporary YA. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I do have some authors who just create these amazing worlds that suck me in, and I will put down whatever I'm reading to read their book. So if you want suggestions, we should hang out. Definitely recommend Lisa Brown Roberts. She's a dear friend of mine, so major shout out to Lisa Brown Roberts. Guys, go check her out. But
let's go. You did the beach story that you were talking about? Okay, yeah, that's on my TBR, definitely. So yeah.
So Lisa has this really great book out called The Replacement Crush, and it is about a girl who lives near the beach, and she meets this nerdy boy who she does not want to date. She had a really bad relationship, and she's trying to just find a rebound, and she doesn't want to mess it up with this guy. And he wants to date her, and she wants to date him, but they don't. And it's beautiful and dramatic and amazing. And she has a spin-off in the works, which I'm really excited about. I don't know how much I can say. So, Lisa, tell me what I'm allowed to say at this point. I don't know. I have no idea, but I do know she just put a teaser out for it on her street team the other day. So, highly recommend check her out. But I want to go back to your comments about American Girls, because love those. Which one was your favorite?
Oh, geez. If I can even remember their names. I read all of the Felicity ones.
I love her. She's my favorite.
The Kirsten ones, the little Swedish girl. And then the little African-American girl, I can't remember her name, though. They only made 1 or 2 books of her. But those are the ones that, really grabbed me the most and, made me feel things, you know? So I can't remember her name. Of course, this was, 15... 20 years ago that I read these. So, yeah, but I'm totally going to recollect them and have my daughter read them, because they're just so influential.
I remember going to the library up the street, and I would just get all of the books and just binge read them. It was the best. Oh, I loved it. So we've got an agreement that we love fantasy. So now that we're kind of talking about fantasy, tell me a little bit about some of your favorite books within that fantasy world. Do you have any that you really love, aside from yours, that you could recommend for us?
Yes, I do. I am in the middle of this series right now, Fallen Kingdoms. I just finished the 4th book, Fallen Kingdoms by Morgan Rhodes. I probably have it on my little shelf here. Yeah. And I'm kind of late to this party, but that's okay. But it's seriously like, if you love Game of Thrones, which I do, I've read those books. This is like young adult Game of Thrones. And I'm not saying young adult as in like, it's, love triangle-y and like, sweet and watered down. Like, no, it's young adult Game of Thrones as in like all the characters are like, 16, 17, 18, 19, like, it's just, but it's so much like backstabbery and I can't believe that just happened. And like, seriously, one chapter, like I just died. Like I put down the book and I just died because there was like a wedding and a poisoning and a stabbing and a murder, like all in the same chapter that like you were never expecting. And it was just like, so I love those books.
All over again.
What?
It's the Red Wedding all over again.
I know, right? It was just crazy. It's like, oh my gosh, they're getting married, and oh my gosh, like she murdered him, and like it just was so like, I won't say too much. Also, my favorite series that like I tell everyone to read because it's super underrated, is Kingdom from Ashes, and the box set is just coming out, and they're gonna have a huge sale set. But this is like, if George R.R. Martin directed a movie about Princess Jasmine, like I love this. This is my favorite Arabian fantasy series. I got this ARC and I was like, oh, I got some stuff to do, but I want to read the first chapter of this. And so I read the first chapter and I was like, okay, cancel everything else I have going on today. I have to read this right now. It just sucked me into this world and I loved it. So that's Kingdom from Ashes by Megan Linsky. The first book is free. But the box set's going to be on sale for 99 cents with all 4 books in it. So just, that's one I think comes out June 26th. So either way, just, you got to grab this one.
That's fantastic. Oh my goodness. Well, now I've got some books I have to look up. I absolutely love that. Guys, if you have questions for Constance, now is the time. Hit us up. We're going to kind of wrap this up in the next few minutes. But let me know what you want to know and we will get those asked for you. So tell me a little bit more about why people should be grabbing a copy of Sigil in Shadow.
Oh, just one second. Sorry.
Nope, we're good. So here's the deal, guys. Check this out. We are hanging out with a copy of Sigil in Shadow. I'm really excited for this. And you can get the first chapter of this for free as a sample from us by typing in SIS SAMPLE into the chat box, and you can download this to see if this is going to work for you and see if this is something you want to get your hands on. I highly recommend it, and I might just know a few secrets, so make sure you get your hands on that copy. We are going to pop back over here. And Constance, go ahead, tell me why people should grab your book. It doesn't have anything to do with my book, but why should people in general grab your book? I really want people to like the book because I love those characters that just fail and just get their face in the mud like time and time again, but still get back up. And I really feel like Ellery just kind of never truly gives up hope, even though, all these terrible things happen to her. And I hope that people can take something away from that, because I've read books like that and I've taken things away, of like, don't give up, and there's always hope and always a chance. And so I just, I want people to get that from my books. Which I absolutely love. And that kind of leads me perfectly into what I was going to do next, which was to let you guys know that is very similar to my character Jade from my Jaded duology. She goes through so much, and she has to kind of keep going despite everything that's happening to her, despite what people are putting her through. Everything is coming against her, and she has to try to survive, but she has to have that integrity to live her life the right way despite everything, and to try to succeed through everything that she's going through. And if you are interested in Jaded, it comes out in less than a week. I'm really excited. June 27th, it's coming out next Tuesday. And if you want to get the first 3 chapters for free, you can type in "Try Jaded" into the comments below if you are on our Facebook Live broadcast right now, or if you are on the rebroadcast on the Facebook page, and I will direct message you the link to download the first 3 chapters of Jaded for free before it comes out to the public. I'm really excited about this, and you can type that in if you are on my Facebook page. If you are watching our rebroadcast on YouTube or on our website, sorry, too bad. You can go to excerpt.k.m.robinsonbooks.com and you can actually get it there. But if you are on my Facebook page, you can type it in and I'll DM you right now, right this very second, or you can download it instantly. I'm really excited for it. It's going to be awesome. And speaking of Jaded, I'm really excited because next week we are going to do our launch party for Jaded. And if you would like to join me, we are giving away books, we're playing games, we're creating some really cool things that we're doing live and interactive. And I would love to have you guys join us. I'm looking for my link. There it is. Ooh, that was a little hard to find there. You can type "party" into the comments below if you are on my Facebook or you are on the rebroadcast on Facebook, and I will DM you the link to save your seat because we are doing all of these amazing things. We've got some behind the scenes. We've got a live book reading. We're doing question and answers. We've got some extra bonus stuff that I'm really excited about. And like I said, we're playing games. We're doing activities. There are coloring sheets involved. Like, I'm really excited for this. So I hope you will join me. Type in "party," or you can go to jadedlaunchparty.k.m.robinsonbooks.com. Save your seat, and I will see you there next Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be awesome. All right, Constance, we're going to wrap this up. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you coming on. Let everybody know where they can find you.
They can find me at robertsauthor.com.
Fantastic. And where can they hit you up on social media?
Social media is at Adventure in Pages on Instagram. I am all over Instagram. It's my favorite.
Me too. I love Instagram. And the guys, that's right on the page. If you missed that, you can go check Constance out. Let her know that we sent you over. Really excited to have you guys meet Constance. If you have not met her yet, make sure you get that sample chapter and hit her up on social media. I know she's been working extremely hard on her Instagram channel, so go check out what she's doing because she's got some really cool stuff going on. I'm excited for it. Any last thoughts, Constance?
Yeah, happy reading and just have a fabulous day.
Fantastic. Make sure you get your hands on a copy of Sigil in Shadow. Sorry, I had to move there. Sigil in Shadow. Highly recommend it. If you are a fan of Golden, if you are a fan of Jaded, you will like this as well. And if you have further questions for Connie, let us know. Hit up that chat box below, and I will happily get those questions over to her so that we can get those answered. Or possibly even have her back on. We can hang out and talk more about her books and some of those really cool secret things we mentioned but haven't been able to tell you about yet. Because they're coming and they're going to be awesome. I'm K.M. Robinson, author of the Golden Trilogy and the Jaded Duology. Thank you so much for joining me. This has been really, really great. That did not go up on the screen like I asked it to. Oh, I deleted it. I'm K.M. I was going to put my contact information up there, and I deleted it. So I'm using a new program, and I'm learning. Fun times. I'm K.m. Robinson, author of the Golden Trilogy, if I can get it up. Author of the Golden Trilogy and the Jaded Duology. Jaded Duology comes out this Tuesday. I'm super excited. I hope you will grab a copy. And you can hit me up at k.m. Robinson Books on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. I love chatting with you guys, so let me know. DM me, comment me, let me know what's going on, and I will happily create more videos, more photos, more whatever for you guys so we can get your questions answered and get you involved in the book world as well. If you have authors you would love to see on this show, go ahead, hit up my comments below, and let me know who you want to see in this author meet and greet. Tag them in it so that they know that you want to see them over here on my page. And we would love to set that up. If you happen to be an author who wants to come hang out with me, let me know. It's going to be so much fun. And we would love to get you on this show. It's going to be great. You guys have a fantastic day. Stay inspired, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.